Good day, everyone. Welcome to our English class. Today, we are going to talk about argumentative writing. Are you ready to listen? Then let's begin. What is argumentative writing? It is sometimes called persuasive writing because it seeks to convince readers to support a stand on a certain issue. Also, it requires the writer to examine a topic or issue which involves the collection, generation, and evaluation of exhibits and/or evidences. Lastly, it further emphasizes the writer's agreement or disagreement on particular proposition. Now, what is proposition? It is the point of reference of the argumentative writer. It is where the writer decides whether to express his or her agreement or disagreement. In doing so, it is necessary that he or she gathers information and/or evidences that would support his or her stand. Now, let us talk about argumentative writing further. It presents a stand or a rationale on a given proposition or issue. The main argument is elaborated and explained through the presentation of its pros and cons. Also, the main objective is to convince or persuade the reader into considering your stand or argument on an issue. Now, what are the key structural elements of argumentative writing? Remember, the basic components of an argument include claim, the reasons behind this claim, and evidences to support this specific claim. Also, as an essay is usually made up of an introduction, a body, and a conclusion, or a structure that conforms to how a writer intends to present and further establish a point. Remember, the style of writing an argumentative essay varies from one writer to another. Now, these are some patterns of how ideas or arguments in an argumentative essay may be presented and developed. We have 3 patterns. For pattern A, first you have the thesis statement, the first pro, the second pro, the cons plus refutations, and lastly your conclusion. Next pattern, we have the pattern B. When writing an argumentative essay, you may also follow this pattern. First, your thesis statement. Next, your cons plus refutations. Next is your first pro, the second pro, and lastly is the conclusion. And for pattern C, you may also want to follow this pattern. The thesis statement, the first con plus refutation, the second con plus refutation, the third con plus refutation, and lastly, your conclusion. We also have language features of an argumentative essay. First, we use modals. The use of modal verbs like should and must to express suggestion and obligation respectively contributes to the achievement of sentences that provide support to the main argument. Example, the public should consider wearing face shields as additional protection against COVID-19 infection. Another one, every Filipino must conserve water, energy, and other natural resources. Next, we have adverbs. The use of adverbs also contributes to the attainment of the author's purpose for writing. They help indicate the mood or attitude of the writer with respect to the ideas being presented. Here are some examples of adverbs. Usually, probably, necessarily, actually, apparently, and the others. Then we have evaluative language. The use of evaluative language, usually in the form of adjectives, reflects the writer's attitude towards a certain idea. These words express feelings, opinions, or judgments on what they are describing. Evaluative words can have positive or negative effects on an idea. Some evaluative languages are appalling, awful, disgusting, dreadful, horrendous, and many others. Then we have transitions. The use of appropriate transitional devices maintain the smooth flow of ideas. These words, also known as connectives, help achieve coherence in writing. Through these words, the danger of the essay sounding like a group of disjointed opinions can be avoided. We may use these transitional devices such as because, therefore, on the other hand, as a result, in summary, and many others. Reminder: aside from those mentioned earlier, the use of these linguistic elements such as declarative statements, rhetorical questions, and passive construction may also help in writing compelling argumentative texts. That would be all for today. Thank you for watching and for listening. I will see you again. This is your Maestra Mela, always at your service.